You turn the key, the engine cranks. Rrrr-rrrr-rrrr. And nothing. No catch. No I eat it. Just that sound, over and over, while your stomach drops. Here's what I want you to know right now. In the next 15 minutes, you're going to know exactly what's wrong with your BMW, without guessing, without throwing parts at it, and without spending $500 at a dealer just for someone to tell you what I'm about to tell you for free. Most people in this situation either panic call a tow truck or start randomly replacing parts. Both cost you money you don't need to spend. Because a BMW that cranks but won't start is almost always one of 5 specific problems, and we're going to find yours today. Stay with me. Let's get your car running. If you're new here, this channel is for BMW owners who actually want to understand their cars. Subscribe because we post real diagnostic and maintenance content every single week. Now, before we touch anything under the hood, here's what a cranking engine is already telling you. Your battery and your starter motor are doing their jobs. The engine is rotating. That eliminates 2 of the most expensive causes immediately. What we're hunting now is why combustion isn't happening. Every internal combustion engine, including your BMW, needs exactly 3 things to fire: fuel, spark, and compression. Remove any one of them, and the engine cranks forever and never starts. Our job right now is to find out which one you're missing. Section 1, the 10-second test. Before you grab a scanner, let me show you something most BMW owners miss, and it can instantly narrow down your problem. Here's a 10-second test. Turn your key to the on position. Not all the way to crank, just on. Engine off. Now, listen toward the rear of the car. You should hear a brief hum lasting about 2 seconds. That's your fuel pump priming the system. No, you just eliminated half the possibilities. You're almost certainly dealing with a fuel delivery failure, a dead pump, or a bad relay. We'll cover that in detail in a moment. You hear the hum? Good. Fuel pump is alive. We keep looking. Now look at your dashboard before you crank. Do you see a small icon? A steering wheel with a padlock symbol? If that light stays on after you attempt to start the car and won't go out, your BMW's anti-theft system is blocking the engine from firing. That's a completely different diagnosis path, and I'll cover it specifically in the BMW specific section. 2 tests, 10 seconds. You already know more than most people do when they call a tow truck. Section 2, pull fault codes. Now, plug in your scanner. On any BMW from 1996 onward, the OBD2 port is under the driver's side dash. A basic scanner runs $30 to $80, and here's what most people get wrong. Even if your check engine light is off, there are likely stored fault codes. A crank no start happens too fast for the light to trigger. Plug it anyway. Common codes in a crank no start on BMWs. 2AAF, crankshaft position sensor signal. This one is a full stop. The engine will not start. 29D1, fuel pressure regulation fault. 2A82 and 2A87, Vanos solenoid faults on N52 and N54 engines. 2CAC, camshaft position sensor. Write every code down. Don't clear them yet. They're your roadmap. Here's where people waste money. They clear the codes, the car still won't start, and now they've lost the trail. Leave them in until you've identified the cause. Section 3, fuel system. Fuel failure is the single most common reason a BMW cranks and won't start. At this point, you should already have a strong idea whether you're dealing with this, especially if your 10-second pump test came up silent. Check 1. Do you actually have fuel? I know, but BMW fuel gauge senders are genuinely unreliable. The E46, E90, and E60 are notorious for a stuck float that reads a quarter tank when you're actually dry. Add 2 gallons and try again before diagnosing further. I've seen people replace a fuel pump before discovering this. Check 2. The fuel pump relay. Before you condemn the pump itself, check the relay. On most E-Series BMWs, the fuel pump relay is in the footwell fuse box or the E-box in the engine bay. A failed relay is a $15 fix. Always test the relay before pulling a fuel pump. I've seen shops charge $400 for a pump replacement when the relay was the only issue. Check 3. Fuel pressure. If you want a definitive answer, a fuel pressure test tells you everything. BMW naturally aspirated engines. your inline 6, your V8, should show approximately 58 psi at the fuel rail. That's 4 bar, and it's the BMW standard for most atmospheric engines. Now, if you want a turbocharged BMW with a direct injection engine, like the N54 or N55, this is where it gets important. Those engines run a two-stage fuel system. A low-pressure lift pump in the tank feeds a high-pressure mechanical pump driven by the camshaft. That high-pressure pump needs to deliver fuel at extremely high pressure for the injectors to fire. If that high-pressure fuel pump fails, and on the N54 it often does, the car will crank perfectly and never start. Not a sputter, not a rough idle, just nothing. Low fuel pressure on an N54 is one of the most common crank no-start calls I get. If you own one, check this first. Section 4. Spark and ignition. BMW has used coil-on plug ignition for over 25 years. One coil per cylinder, sitting directly on the plug, no distributor, no ignition wires. It's a reliable system, but it fails in predictable ways. A single failed coil gives you a misfire. The car runs rough. But multiple coils failing together, or a failure upstream in the ignition system, means no start all. Here's what to check. Spark plug condition. Pull one plug. A healthy plug is light tan or grayish brown. A plug that's black and sooty is running rich or oil-fouled. A plug that's wet with fuel is critical. It means you're getting fuel delivery, but no spark to ignite it. That narrows your diagnosis significantly. A worn plug with a gap beyond BMW's typical specification of 0.028 to 0.031 inches won't fire reliably, especially under the compression of a cold engine. Testing coil packs. Swap a suspect coil to a different cylinder, clear codes, and retest. If the misfire code follows the coil to the new cylinder, the coil is failed. Replacement coil packs run $20 to $60 for quality aftermarket, or up to $150 OEM. This is not a part to go ultra cheap on. Now, the crankshaft position sensor. This is the one I mentioned before the break, and here's why it's so deceptive. The crankshaft position sensor tells the DME, that's BMW's engine control module, exactly where the crankshaft is in its rotation at every moment. Without that signal, the DM, it doesn't know when to fire the injectors or trigger the coils. It doesn't guess. It doesn't try. It shuts down combustion completely. The engine cranks. Everything sounds normal, and nothing happens. Exactly like a fuel problem. Exactly like an immobilizer. Which is why so many people misdiagnose it. On most BMW inline 6 engines, the crankshaft sensor is on the lower engine block or bell housing near the transmission. The part itself is $30 to $80. It almost always throws a fault code. Look for crankshaft signal or RPM plausibility faults. If you see one, this sensor is the first thing to replace. Section 5. BMW specific failures. Now we're narrowing this down fast, and this is where your BMW is genuinely different from everything else on the road. These are the failures that don't show up in generic repair guides. They're BMW specific, they're real, and dealerships love finding them because they're expensive if you don't know what you're looking at. Issue 1. Camshaft position sensors. Here's one that surprises people. Where the crankshaft sensor tracks the engine's rotation, the camshaft sensors track the phase of the valve train relative to the crank. BMW's Vanos variable valve timing system needs this data to function. Most BMW engines have 2 cam sensors, one per cam or one per bank. If either fails, the DME can lose enough data to refuse to start entirely. This is often overlooked because the crankshaft sensor gets all the attention. Issue 2. Vanos solenoids. N52, N54, N55 engines. This one gets expensive fast if you don't catch it early. Vanos solenoids control oil flow to adjust camshaft timing on the fly. When they fail, typically from sludge buildup or age, they can trigger fault codes that send the DME into a protection mode. The solenoids sit on the valve cover and are accessible on most BMW engines. OEM replacements run $40 to $80 each. If you're seeing codes 2A82 or 2A87, start here. Issue 3. The immobilizer, EWS and CAS. This is the one dealerships love, because without the right equipment, it looks like anything else. Every BMW, made since the mid-1990s, has an electronic immobilizer. On E-Series cars, this is called the EWS system, elektronisch Wegfahrsperre, which translates to electronic drive-away protection. On F-Series and newer cars, this is handled by the CAS module, the car access system. Here's how it works. Your key contains a transponder chip. When you insert the key, that chip broadcasts a rolling security code to the EWS or CAS module. If the code matches, the module sends a release signal to the DME, which then allows fuel injection and spark. No release signal, no start. The engine cranks perfectly and combustion is blocked at the software level. Your first indicator is that steering wheel with a lock icon we talked about at the start. If it stays illuminated after cranking, this is your system. Try your spare key first. Always. If the spare starts the car, the transponder in your primary key has failed. A replacement key from BMW runs $200 to $400 with programming. Aftermarket options exist for some models. If both keys fail, you likely have a failed EWS or CAS module, a dead key reader in the ignition barrel, or a communication fault between components. This requires BMW-specific programming software to resolve properly. A dealer can do it. So can an independent shop with ISTA Plus or compatible software. Issue 4. DME failure. Rarer, but real. The DME itself can fail, particularly on higher mileage E46, E60, and early E90 cars. Heat cycling, moisture intrusion, and failed internal capacitors can cause the DME to malfunction. The signature tell is intermittent behavior. The car starts fine for weeks, then suddenly won't start at all, then works again after 20 or 30 minutes. It's the cooling down pattern that gives it away. A failed DME requires a remanufacture replacement, and here's what matters. BMW DMEs are coded to a specific VIN. You cannot simply swap in a used DME from another car without reprogramming. This requires dealer-level equipment or an independent shop with BMW ISTA Plus software. Budget accordingly. If you're still here, this last section is for the edge cases. The mechanical failures. They're uncommon, but when they happen, they're serious. Section 6. Compression and timing. If fuel, spark, sensors, and the immobilizer all check out, it's time to look at what's happening mechanically inside the engine. Compression test. Remove all spark plugs, disable fuel injection by pulling the fuel pump fuse or relay, and crank the engine with a compression tester in each cylinder. BMW inline-six engines should show 150 to 185 psi per cylinder, with no more than 10% variation across the bank. A cylinder with zero or near zero compression tells you something has mechanically failed, a bent valve, a blown head gasket, or damage to the piston. The most common mechanical cause of sudden compression loss on a BMW is a timing chain that has jumped or broken. N47 and N57 diesel owners, listen carefully. The N47 diesel engine, used in the 320D, 520D, and X5 with the 35D badge, has a documented and serious timing chain problem. Unlike nearly every other modern engine, the N47's timing chain is mounted at the rear of the engine, meaning replacement requires partial or full engine removal. Chain stretch and failure on high-mileage examples cause the timing to jump, which bends valves and produces a sudden no-start. This failure has been the subject of legal action in several European markets and is well documented in BMW technical service bulletins. If you own an N47-equipped car and it suddenly cranks with no start, perform a compression test immediately before doing anything else. Section 7. Your diagnostic sequence. Let's pull this into one clean sequence you can run in your driveway right now. Step 1. Key to on position. Listen for the fuel pump prime. 2-second hum. Yes or no? Step 2. Check the dash for the immobilizer warning. Steering wheel with a lock. If it's on, try the spare key before anything else. Step 3. Plug in your scanner. Pull every fault code. Write them down. Step 4. Check fuel. Relay first, then pressure. Confirm the pump is running. Step 5. Check spark plugs for condition. Wet with fuel means spark failure. Black and sooty means rich or oil fouled. Step 6. Diagnose any crankshaft or camshaft sensor codes. Replace on confirmed fault before moving further. Step 7. If all of the above are clean, perform a compression test. Look for timing chain faults if compression is uneven or absent. That's it. Most BMW crank no-start conditions resolved by step 4 or 5. You are not at the mercy of the dealer. You just need the right sequence. Here's the reality of BMW ownership. These cars are not simple, but they're logical. Every failure has a cause, every cause has a test, and every test gives you an answer. The owners who get taken advantage of are the ones who walk into a service department without a diagnosis. You now have one. And here's something worth remembering. If your BMW left you stranded once, the underlying conditions that caused it are still there. A fuel pump that barely ran this time will fail completely next time. A crankshaft sensor that's giving intermittent faults will give you a final fault at the worst possible moment. Fix the root cause. Don't patch around it. If you found this useful, drop your year and model in the comments. Tell me what your fault code was and whether this helped you find the issue. I read every one. Like the video if it saved you a tow bill. Subscribe if you want to keep getting content that treats you like an adult who can actually fix their own car. And if you want to go deeper, that next video right there covers the BMW high-pressure fuel pump in detail. If you own an N54 or N55, watch it next. See you there.